Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Golden State Warriors' top 2 players should re-sign in 2024 NBA free agency. Taking a closer look at 2 players that the Golden State Warriors need to consider re-signing for the 2024-25 NBA season. The Golden State Warriors are entering an off-season of uncertainties. The last 2 seasons have proven that they are not championship contenders as currently constructed. Perhaps this signals that trades may be on the horizon in the Bay Area. If the Warriors make some trades, it would put a greater emphasis on retaining their players in free agency. There are at least 2 such members in their roster who qualify, and Golden State must ensure they keep them. Klay Thompson, guard. The biggest question for Golden State to answer very well this offseason might be what they do with Klay Thompson. Thompson isn't the franchise cornerstone that Steph Curry is, but he's close. He's been there since the beginning and has 4 championships and numerous big moments on his resume. Thompson also remains a valuable player. He may not be the defensive ace he was in his prime, but his frame allows him to defend multiple positions skillfully. Thompson is still one of the best shooters in the NBA. His shooting percentages, 43.2% from the field and 38.7% from 3, were almost on par with his career averages, 45.3% and 41.3%. He continues to be a major threat in clutch moments with his jumper. However, the price tag as a free agent may be what determines his future in the Bay. He isn't worth the $40 million he earned last season. Thompson's play over the last 2 seasons, especially in the playoffs, has been too inconsistent to warrant such a hefty paycheck. Including his performance in the Warriors' play-in tournament loss to Sacramento a month ago, Thompson has shot 85-229 from the field in the last 2 postseasons. That number drops to a paltry 14-66, 21.21% in the last 5 playoff games. Not only has Thompson failed to perform well in the recent playoffs, but the Warriors also have young players who need minutes. Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and Tracy Jackson-Davis played well last season. They've proven they deserve playing time and need more minutes to expedite their development. While this is true, none of them compare to Thompson, even in his advanced age, as a shooter. The identity of Golden State revolves around Curry, Green, and Thompson, all together. It wouldn't be the same without any of them. If the Warriors and Thompson's camp can make the finances work, both sides should work towards a deal. Lester Quinones, guard. Most of the Warriors' roster for this season is under contract for the next, but there's another player who is about to become a free agent that they should want to keep. That would be guard Lester Quinones. Quinones mainly played in the G League during his stint with Golden State but showed two-way potential this season. He shot 36.4% from 3 on solid volume, 8 threes in 36 minutes, and holds his own defensively. Quinones really showcased these skills in the Summer League last season. Quinones would primarily serve as depth for the Warriors, but they could use all the depth they can find, especially if moves are on the horizon. He fits into their system with his ability to shoot and move off the ball and wouldn't cost much to retain. Quinones was upgraded from a 2-way contract to an NBA standard contract during the 2023-24 season. The Warriors believe in his ability, and he's shown progress in their program since going undrafted in 2022. Quinones could help this team in the future. The Warriors would be wise to keep him around. Chris Paul of the Warriors suggesting possible retirement with latest move? Paul will try to showcase his talent as a commentator after a tough year with the Warriors. Golden State Warriors guard Chris Paul has slowly declined over the past few seasons, proving once again that Father Time remains undefeated. Now, the all-time great seems to be transitioning to the ESPN studio. Paul has been officially announced as a guest analyst on NBA Countdown during the upcoming Eastern Conference Finals, via ESPN PR. The 12-time All-Star will join on-air personalities Malika Andrews, Stephen A. Smith, Bob Myers, and Michael Wilbon. ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski is also a guest on the show. Some fans misinterpreted the tweet as a retirement announcement, prompting some humorous reactions. The headline made me think he was retiring. Unhappy. Another comment said, "Thank you, we will miss you, especially those false narratives you're making." Oh, I thought this was a retirement picture. Chris Paul will probably play only one more season with the Warriors at most. Golden State Warriors guard Chris Paul, 3, dribbles the ball next to Sacramento Kings guard Davion Mitchell, 15, in the second quarter during a 2024 NBA Play-in Playoffs game at the Golden 1 Center. Paul is coming off his worst season ever, averaging 9.2 points per game on 44.1% shooting, along with 3.9 rebounds and 6.8 assists in 26.4 minutes. These were career-low averages across the board, except for assists, which ranked 12th in the league. The 39-year-old also started in just 18 games, 27 below his second-lowest total. Paul has nothing to be ashamed of, as most players don't even last 19 years in the NBA, let alone play meaningful minutes off the bench for a play-in team. However, it's hard not to wonder what the four-time NBA All-Star Team honoree still has left to accomplish. Although he hasn't won a championship, it's unlikely to happen with these Warriors, who lack any standout talent beyond aging star Steph Curry. Regardless, Paul insisted he would return next season, via Anthony Slater of The Athletic. "I'll talk to my wife and kids, my family, my support system, see how it goes," said Paul. "But this is not the end of my career. I'm sure of that." Paul has one more year on his contract, but not all of the $30 million is guaranteed from now on. Golden State could waive him without salary cap repercussions before guaranteeing it on June 28, or use him as trade currency. Paul laid out his current mindset after the Sacramento Kings eliminated the Warriors in the play-in tournament. "I haven't thought about it," said Paul. "I'm in it too. I was in the gym at 8 a.m., lifting weights and getting ready for this game. When the time comes for that, Mike, Dunleavy, and Steve Kerr will talk and see how it goes. But I loved it. Honestly, this is my 5th year living without my family. I've probably seen them more than in any other year." Now that a few weeks have passed, he's had more time to think about it. While it's more likely that he'll fulfill the final year of his contract, his foray into the TV studio may be a sign of things to come, sooner or later. Not all Magic fans are eager to pursue the Warriors veteran in free agency. Golden State Warriors veteran Klay Thompson is evaluating his future, and the 34-year-old player is expected to have a range of different options available in free agency. A rival heavily linked to Thompson is the Orlando Magic after Shams Charania of The Athletic reported that the player and the franchise share mutual interests. As one of the few teams with significant cap space and a young rising star like Paolo Banchero, the Magic emerges as one of the most intriguing teams to follow this offseason. However, not all Orlando Magic fans are convinced about the idea of signing Golden State Warriors elite shooter Klay Thompson in free agency. The available cap room for Orlando means they could target any potential free agent, with the debate now heating up on the direction they should take. Thompson seems like a natural choice, given his three-point shooting prowess, not to mention the potential impact his championship experience could have on a young team. Nevertheless, not every fan and analyst is eager to sign the five-time All-Star if he is willing to leave Golden State, with Isaiah Deanda from the Magic Insider recently claiming that acquiring Thompson would be a mistake for the Magic. This year, the free agent pool is filled with three-point specialists, and while historically Thompson has been the best among them, signing younger and cheaper options than the future Hall of Famer could benefit the team more than splurging on the Warriors legend. Isaiah Deanda. Tyler Watts from Fansided also proposed 5 alternatives that Orlando should target instead of Thompson, listing Derrick Jones Jr., former Warrior Kelly Oubre Jr., NBA champion Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 2020 All-Star Brandon Ingram, and Clippers star Paul George. Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report also mentioned Malik Monk and Buddy Hield as younger alternatives, while the Magic could also be in the market for a point guard with free agency options headlined by James Harden and D'Angelo Russell. Thompson's teammate Chris Paul could also be a possibility if his non-guaranteed contract is waived by the Warriors. Even if Thompson remains with Golden State, Orlando's level of interest in the four-time champion could very well determine the contract he signs. Having received a salary of $43.2 million this season, Thompson may need to take half of that in his next contract, although the Magic could still lead the Warriors to pay close to $30 million annually.